Best Piano for Beginners, a complete guide to starting your musical journey. The piano has always been a timeless instrument, carrying with it the elegance of classical masterpieces and the energy of modern compositions. For anyone beginning their musical journey, choosing the best piano for beginners is one of the most important steps. It is not simply about finding an instrument. It is about finding a companion that will guide you through hours of practice, discovery, and artistic expression. The right piano can make learning more enjoyable, motivating, and effective, while the wrong one can become a barrier to progress. This article explores everything you need to know about selecting the best piano for beginners. We will journey through the essence of why the piano is such a powerful choice, examine the differences between acoustic and digital options, highlight the features beginners should prioritize, and offer guidance on finding the perfect balance between budget and quality. By the end, you will be well equipped to make a confident decision and step into the world of piano playing with excitement and clarity. The piano is one of the most versatile instruments in history, capable of producing sounds that range from delicate whispers to thunderous waves. Its charm lies in its ability to be both a solo instrument and an ensemble companion. For beginners, the piano is often the most recommended starting point because it offers a clear and visual way of understanding music. Every note is laid out in front of you, making it easier to grasp scales, chords, and harmonies compared to instruments that require complex fingerings or embouchure. Learning piano also builds a strong foundation for musical theory. Many of the greatest composers and musicians began with the piano because it trains both the ear and the mind in harmony, melody, and rhythm simultaneously. When you press a key, the sound is immediate and precise, unlike string instruments that may require weeks to achieve a clean tone. This immediacy makes the piano deeply satisfying for a beginner, as progress can be heard and felt in real time. One of the first major decisions a beginner faces is whether to start with an acoustic piano or a digital piano. Both have their merits, and the right choice depends largely on lifestyle, budget, and personal preference. An acoustic piano is the traditional choice. Its wooden build and hammer action mechanism create a sound that is rich, resonant, and deeply expressive. For centuries, acoustic pianos have been the gold standard for music education, performance, and artistry. However, they come with challenges. They are large, heavy, require tuning, and often come with a higher price tag. For some beginners, this commitment can feel overwhelming, especially if they live in small apartments or need a more affordable entry point. Digital pianos, on the other hand, offer a practical alternative. Advances in technology have allowed digital models to replicate the feel and sound of acoustic pianos with remarkable accuracy. Many digital pianos come with weighted keys that mimic the resistance of real hammers, as well as high-quality samples recorded from grand pianos. They are portable, require no tuning, and often include helpful learning tools such as built-in metronomes, recording functions, and even connectivity with apps and headphones for quiet practice. For the absolute beginner, a digital piano is often the most accessible option. It removes barriers to practice and allows flexibility in environments where noise or space is a concern. Yet, for those who dream of immersing themselves in the tradition and authenticity of piano playing, nothing compares to the resonance of an acoustic instrument. The choice ultimately lies in balancing practicality with passion. When searching for the best piano for beginners, certain features are more important than brand names or technical jargon. Beginners should focus on instruments that make learning comfortable, rewarding, and sustainable. The feel of the keys is perhaps the most critical factor. Weighted keys that simulate the resistance of an acoustic piano ensure that finger strength and technique develop properly. Without this, transitioning later to a more advanced instrument can feel jarring. Touch sensitivity is equally important. It allows the volume of each note to respond to how gently or firmly the keys are pressed, giving students a sense of dynamics and expression. Sound quality is another key consideration. Even a beginner deserves to practice on an instrument that inspires with its tone. Digital pianos should offer realistic samples that capture the depth and nuance of acoustic pianos, while acoustic models should have clarity without muddiness. For digital pianos, Additional features such as headphone jacks for quiet practice, USB connectivity for recording, and built-in learning modes can be invaluable. Meanwhile, acoustic pianos should be examined for build quality, tuning stability, and condition if purchased secondhand. While the world of pianos is vast, certain models consistently stand out as excellent choices for beginners. Yamaha, Casio, Roland, and Kawai are leading brands in the digital realm, offering instruments that balance affordability with quality. Yamaha's P-Series, Casio's Privia line, and Roland's FP range are especially popular because they combine portability with authentic playability. For acoustic options, beginner-friendly upright pianos from Yamaha and Kawai are often recommended due to their durability and consistent sound. Many beginners also explore used acoustic pianos, which can provide great value if properly maintained. A well-kept second-hand instrument can last for decades, offering a beautiful introduction to piano playing without the hefty cost of a new model. The key is not to get lost in the endless specifications. Beginners should prioritize reliability, comfort, and tone over advanced features they may not yet need. Choosing a trusted model means less time worrying about the instrument and more time enjoying the learning process. Selecting the best piano for beginners is not only about the instrument itself, but also about how it fits into your life. Space is often a determining factor. Acoustic pianos, particularly grand pianos, require significant room, while digital models can be sleek and portable, easily fitting into small apartments. Budget is another consideration. A beginner may hesitate to invest heavily at first, yet purchasing an extremely cheap keyboard can backfire if the lack of weighted keys or poor sound quality diminishes motivation. It is wise to strike a balance. Invest in an instrument that encourages regular practice while keeping within financial means. Long-term goals should also guide the decision. If piano playing is expected to become a lifelong pursuit, investing in a higher quality instrument from the start may be worthwhile. On the other hand, if you are simply exploring whether piano is the right fit, a reliable but modest digital piano might be the perfect stepping stone. Choosing the right piano is only the first step. What truly makes a beginner's journey successful is how the instrument becomes part of their daily life. The best piano for beginners is not simply the one with the best specifications, but the one that inspires consistent practice and a sense of discovery. Many modern digital pianos integrate with apps that gamify learning, making practice more engaging for children and adults alike. Acoustic pianos, meanwhile, provide a tactile and authentic connection that encourages deeper focus. Regardless of the choice, pairing the piano with structured lessons, whether through teachers, online platforms, or self-guided resources, is essential. Over time, the piano becomes more than an instrument. It becomes a partner in creativity, self-expression, and discipline. A beginner who feels at ease with their piano is far more likely to continue progressing, building confidence and joy with each note played. The search for the best piano for beginners is not just a practical decision, but an emotional one. It is the beginning of a journey that can shape creativity, discipline, and a lifelong love of music. Whether you choose the grandeur of an acoustic piano or the flexibility of a digital model, the most important factor is how the instrument supports your learning and keeps you inspired. The piano is a teacher in itself. It rewards patience, consistency, and curiosity. With the right instrument by your side, every practice session becomes a step closer to fluency in the universal language of music. As you take your first steps, remember that the best piano for beginners is the one that makes you excited to sit down, press a key, and discover the sound of possibility.